agree. And, one of the cool things is that when I was looking at some of the awards and some of the accolades that have been bestowed upon you, one of the questions that I had for myself before having a chance to sit down with you were, leading up to those years of your highest productivity, did you set certain goals ahead of time that led you to those successful years where you actually were awarded those awards and accolades? Or is it that something that you were kind of like, wow, this is like, things seem to be heating up?
It's very interesting because in order for me to go into real estate full time, I set a financial goal of I wanted to have more than 6 figures saved. I've over the years as a real estate broker, I've coached so many agents and had so many agents in my office. And one of the things I realized that keeps us from being the best that we can be in real estate or even as entrepreneurs is finances. When you don't have stable finances, then you need Ms. Hawkins' help because you have to lean on your credit and abuse it. Or you become a pushy salesperson instead of a consultant because you need a deal to close, whether it's real estate or any other entrepreneurial effort. When you need that deal to close, sometimes even the best person may make the wrong decision or may push too hard. And that is reflective in your customer service. So one of the things that my dad really pushed me to do, he said, if you really want to do this, you have to get your nest egg. Because I had already started buying properties. I had already bought a property that I was living in. I had expenses. I had a car note. I had all these things going, and I wasn't yet married, but I wanted to branch out. So he said, if you're going to do this, you need to approach this like a business, have the nest egg, and really be able to sustain yourself in it in order to maintain the customer service. And the beautiful thing about it is with real estate, I've always had fun. Because initially when I started, I was part-time. I was helping friends and family. And then when I branched off on my own and joined into entrepreneurship full-time, I had a nest egg. So it always stayed fun. When I set goals, it was goals not to survive, but goals to see, let me see how far I can really push myself. Let me see if I help this many people, what would that mean financially? Or let me see if I can, how many properties I can buy. Let me see how many classes that I can take. It became a fun thing versus the stress of being a full-time entrepreneur. Full-time entrepreneurship, again, can change people because it can be a lot of stress if you don't have that opportunity to really set yourself up.
I understand totally because it's funny because me and Ms. Hawkins was talking before you got here a little bit about that motivation and inspiration and how you have to help those that you consult with to formulate goals, because there are so many people that put imaginary caps and boundaries on their achievement levels. And I want to ask you this too, Ms. Hawkins. When you consult with your clients, how do you help them emotionally and mentally get to a place where they can set lofty goals that they may feel as too lofty in their mind, but you feel like it's something that's attainable?
Right. So I really believe in, writing a vision and making it plain. And I give that same advice to my clients. So I take the time when I do my consultations to really see what they want, what their goals are, just what do they want to accomplish in life? Because it's more than just credit. Yes. I want them to go and have financial freedom. So we began to write out, once I do the audit, and I'm like, okay, so these are the steps that it's going to take. And we write out each one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And each month we go through each step to see, here you are, this is what it's going to take. And that motivates them. It gets them excited that they see, okay, I've met this milestone. I can do it. Because sometimes when you're dealing with finances and emotions, sometimes people get a little weary. And so they get motivated when they say, okay, you're right here. This has been deleted, or this is, you gained, points on this side. And so they do. I mean, and sometimes also coupled with that is sometimes life happens in the middle of credit restoration. And, it's just about calling them and saying, hey, what's going on? Remember what we talked about, our goals. You can achieve this. Talk to me. Let me know what I can do to help you get back on track. So that's what it's about. Yeah.
And what I'm taking from what you said is that even the most daunting of tasks, if broken down into small, intermediate steps, those goals can seem a lot more attainable.
Yes.
And
I definitely agree.
Well, we're going to take a short break. But what I want to do when we get back, and I wanted to speak with you, Ms. Johnson-Rose, a little bit about your entrepreneurial background.
Okay.
some of the inspirations and those that have motivated you and have set an example for you to be a trailblazer as far as moving forward in the real estate and entrepreneurial space, if you don't mind.
Awesome. I look forward to it.
Thank you. We're going to take